Men marry women they don't want to, and that's a big portion of why marriages fail. They go along with the relationship out of convenience far too long, knowing they don't want her. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wonder what the statistic is of men marrying women that they know they don't really want to. They're not fully into her. They're not in love with her. They're in love with.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, guys, but I have to pause it right here. And before I start, do you guys remember this annoying woman? I'm not even done with the clip, and I'm already tired of her. Okay, so I guess she's responding to a comment that says that the reason why many relationships fail is because men marry women that they don't want. What nonsense is she talking about? What man would marry a woman that he doesn't want or love? What does a man gain by marrying someone anyway? Nothing. We even know that men take a huge risk marrying someone that they actually love. So why in the hell would men marry someone that they don't even want? That's common sense. And we can show her the stats, the real reason, and who's the one leaving the marriage. And I think they are just projecting themselves. And she's a dating coach, guys. That's crazy.
Her. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wonder what the statistic is of men marrying women that they know they don't really want to. They're not fully into her. They're not in love with her. They're in love with the idea of her that they don't plan on staying faithful to. But they're doing it because that's what they should do. That's what their family, friends, that's what their social circle expects of them. I think another reason that men go into marriages that they don't really want because they should, and they think that it is going to fix them. I think a lot of men rely on the institution of marriage and family to heal everything that ails them. Instead of going to therapy, instead of doing the introspective work, instead of looking at themselves, they just try to rebrand themselves.
So men use marriage to fix themselves. Is that a new one, guys? That's crazy. I have one question for you guys. Would any of you go and ask her for dating advice? Because I wouldn't. So I believe that she's just projecting herself because I think that women are the ones that marry men that they don't want. Because women go into marriage with one foot in and one foot out, always trying to see if someone better comes along, because women always try to keep their options open even when they are married, one of many examples keeping guy friends around. Another is posting provocative pictures on social media or just having an Instagram, because we know that Instagram is the biggest dating app nowadays. Because women go into marriage with the mindset that the grass is always greener on the other side, meaning that they will leave you for someone who may think that is better than you. I mean, women are known for monkey branching, right? So it is women who get married to guys that they're not fully into them. Because let's just call it for what it is, women don't marry because they love the guy. They marry because of the idea of the perfect man. They see that he has potential, meaning that he's building himself up, or he's already built. And what happens when they notice that he's getting complacent? They start to nag. And if they see that he's just there and he's happy with the stuff that he has and not chasing more, that's when they start to look for his replacement. So women don't marry for love. And someone has this famous phrase. His name is Coach Greg Adams. Shout out to him. And when I heard him saying that, I was like, wow, that's very profound. Women don't love you. They love what you do for them. And that makes a lot of sense, you know. And men don't marry because they want to be fixed. They marry because they want to make a family. I don't know where she's getting all this nonsense from. And how many women blame men for the divorce? We can say all or most, so let's see if men are the real problem. And this study, guys, comes from the American Sociological Association. So let's see. Divorces are initiated by women 80% of the time, actually 90% if she's college educated. Interesting. Very interesting. And numbers get fun if you look at gay, lesbian divorces rates. Male and female 40 to 50%. Male with male 20 to 30%. Female with female 50 to 70%. Mind freaking blowing, guys. Women taking L's all the way. Even more fun, including domestic abuse rates. Let's see. Domestic abuse rates. Male and female, 35%. male with male 26%, female with female 43.8%, and police relationships 40%. Women domestically abuse more than cops. Summary: women are the problem. Women lie, but numbers don't. Now let's read some comments and just let me tell you guys that women live in a different reality. They marry someone with more assets and level-headed. Ladies, this is why you always focus on yourself. Decent the men. What? See, guys, this is why I say that these women are just projecting themselves. Women are the ones that marry someone who makes more money than them, because man can go and marry a cashier if she's pretty enough who works at Walmart. No women that makes a decent amount of money, or even the average woman goes for the average guy, so what the hell is she talking about? Women don't understand that men don't care how much money they make. I mean, they always say that his money is her money and her money is her money. Women are just too far gone. They can't understand something so simple. I want to have a wife and kids versus I want to be a husband and father. So we can say the same thing about women. I want to have a husband and kids versus I want to be a wife and a mother. Women want the title of wives without actually being one, especially if she has resources. It's also about social status too. It's not women who get with guys that have social status. Women go for a man who's better than them in every regard. Taller, fitter, stronger, smarter, a man who makes more money than them. Don't you women always say that you want a man who makes more money than you? Anyway, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad to have you here. In today's episode, we are going to react to women making no sense, and I want to share my headache with you because it is going to be painful to react to these modern women. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Yesterday, I told my husband I wanted to be separated from him, and people keep saying sorry, and I'm only crying right now because that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I truly thought I was going to be with him forever, and I still love him so much, and I wanted it to be different, but it's not.
So let me get this straight. You left your husband, and now you're crying because it was the hardest thing that you had ever done. I mean, that's not what you wanted? Why all the crying when that was your own doing? You should be happy. But no. Here you are crying, making a video on TikTok, looking for sympathy. And can someone explain to me, guys, why women say that they love their husband and they still divorce them? I don't get it because men don't divorce their wives if they love them. That's why I don't believe what women say, because they say one thing and they do something else. And it's so crazy how women record themselves crying and venting to the whole world.
Him so much, and I wanted it to be different, but it's not.
Even just 5 years ago, I didn't understand how people who could love each other so much to get married and have kids and build a life together, just throw it all away like that. But something never felt right with me. Something never felt right with my relationship. It was always confusing. Do I believe he loves me? Yes, I have no doubt he would absolutely kill for me. But when it comes to nurturing and loving someone and like wanting to bend every will in your body for them and desire them or just take them out or make them happy, know their littlest things that make them smile. And then I started paying attention to things that he was saying. The one example that always stuck out in my mind was when he described his uncle's relationship with his wife. His uncle was kind of a Rolling Stone type of guy, never really had a home. And he met his wife, and he said just how he dances with her and grabs at her and loves her. I could just tell that she was the one, that he just loves her so much. That's an odd thing to say to a wife that you don't dance with, hug, grab, or touch on. And I think little things like that throughout the years. And when he loved me, God, did he love me so hard. But then the next day, it felt like we were roommates. Every time I brought this to his attention, the problem was always me. I could never be together. You know, I had to go back to therapy. I had to read all the self-help books. And you wouldn't believe how many I have read. And I have them all. I will show you. And I even went to school for psychology. So I studied this shit. I became obsessed with it because I was convinced that if I just did the right thing or said the right thing, that he would fall madly in love with me. It was never one gigantic thing. I wish it was. I wish I could be like, he cheated and I hate him. Does he love me? Yeah. Is he in love with me? No. Going into the unknown is scary. I didn't even know I was ready until it actually happened. It was intuitive.
Yesterday I told my husband I wanted to be separated from him, and people keep saying sorry, and I'm only crying right now because that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I truly thought I was going to be with him forever. And I still love him so much, and I wanted it to be different, but it's not. It's okay to be upset. This is 17 years of my life we're talking about. Somebody I shared children with, who I built a life with. So yeah, say sorry, but also say congratulations for also being really fucking strong. Because that was not easy.
17 years of marriage thrown away because he didn't like to dance? Wow, men and women are not perfect, you know, and leave someone just because he or she doesn't do something that you like. It's just insane, and the worst part is that you had children with that person. And she said that he did love her, and that he would give his life for her. I mean, that should be enough. Giving your life for someone else is the biggest thing that you can do, in my own opinion. But it was not enough. She wanted more. Because here's the thing with women, guys, and I'm pretty sure that you know this too. You can give them everything. I mean, everything they ask, every little thing they want. And in the end, they always want more, because they are never satisfied. And women always try to make themselves look like the victims. That they didn't do anything wrong in the relationship, that it was all his fault. They always blame men for the divorce. And I would like to hear his side of the story, because women always leave out important details, you know, because the only thing that I'm hearing is me. What can he do for me so that I can be happy? The only thing that I hear is selfishness, and I'm not saying not to wine and dine your partner, but women never remember the good things that you do for them. They only remember the bad stuff. Because they are so unappreciative. It is like from 100 things you do 95 things right and 5 things wrong. They're not going to see the 95 things that you're doing right. They are going to pay more attention to the 5 things that you're doing wrong. Sometimes it feels like they are based in fantasy, and we are based in reality. She wanted him to beg to get her back. She initiated the divorce, then becomes the victim because she didn't like his reaction. All I heard was what he could do for her. You're not crying now? Wait till you see him happy with someone else and thriving. Women don't want to see that their ex-husbands are doing better without them. They hate to see their exes happy. I don't get it. You say you know he loves you and he'd kill for you, then you say you're roommates. Perhaps it is you. That's what I said. Because no matter how good you treat them, it is never going to be enough. They always want more. And she's never going to admit that she's the problem, just like most women. Before we continue, guys, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the like and share button. And feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments section down below. Your support means the world to us.
You guys believe this? A man will sacrifice his happiness for his family, and a woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness.
I don't believe that.
That's deep. I believe that.
I believe it.
Because you guys are the men.
No, because it happened to me in real life.
Yeah, I believe that. And that happens a lot. I think it's, listen, this is hard for you to accept it because I don't think, I think you would be different.
No, yeah, you're good. But my mom left when I was like 1 or 2.
See, that gives me chills.
She disappeared.
Thinking about that.
Not disappeared, but like she was wanting to like go do young people stuff and go party and stuff like that. Well, my dad had to sit, go to work and take care of me. She did come back eventually, but that's picking happiness over her family.
Yeah.
And my mom's sorry for it now. I'm not just.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But
No, they gave me like chills.
Why?
I don't know. Sad to think about.
Some real.
Do you guys notice how her whole mood changed when he started to explain why a woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness? She got chills, and she got all quiet because she knew. And I don't know how old she is, but she seems pretty young. But I'm pretty sure that she chose her happiness over some boyfriends. And it's not even a debate anymore that women are the selfish ones in the relationship, that they would sacrifice their family for their own happiness. Because how many times have we heard that women leave their family because they are not happy? Or because of boredom? What do they say? I choose me. I left because I don't feel that connection anymore. I lost that feeling, and I want to experiment and leave life. Because of how many women we have seen on TikTok preaching that it is okay to leave a good husband, that women should prioritize themselves a lot, is like Adam and Eve in the garden, I'm just saying. Now let's read some comments and let me tell you something that you already know. Women are no longer marriageable. I lived through it. My ex-wife cheated, 16 years married, and 4 kids. My mom left my dad and cheated on him when my dad did everything for us. She got chills because deep down she knows that's true. I don't think the answer is gender. I think it's the type of person. Of course, a woman had to say that. And all the stats show that it's about one gender, female. My mother literally cheated on my stepdad, who did nothing but provide for the dream house and life she always wanted. Cheating in a marriage should be a federal crime. He stepped up for her and her kids, and she still had the audacity to cheat. Disgusting. It is 100% true. I see men suffer to make their families move forward, but as soon the wife isn't happy, she runs out the door to look for a replacement that makes her happy. Yup, women don't know the definition of loyalty. Well guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Please be safe out there and don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments section down below. And remember, the world is yours for the taking until next time.